Good morning. Today is Wednesday, November 1st. My name is Marty Kaiser with Greater Orlando Realty. I'm a real estate broker in Orlando, Florida. This is our second weekly discussion of real estate topics that we hope that will be very helpful. We're going to divide this session into two parts. The first part that I'm going to go over today is going to be the financial aspects of a prospective purchase. The second aspect, which will be showing next week, is going to be more what I call the real estate criteria that's going to be involved in a potential purchase. But today, let's stick with the financial aspect. This is probably one of the more sensitive topics with consumers, in the sense that a lot of times people are reluctant to share financial information with a realtor. They may hearken back to their last transaction, which maybe was 10 years ago, and say, oh, that was a piece of cake and it was a pretty simple process, so I'm not concerned at all with my financial wherewithal. The thing that we try to convey to buyers is that the financial industry, specifically mortgages and appraisals, have changed quite a bit in the last 10 years. That was due in large part to the real estate challenges that we faced between 2008 and 2011. So the process is totally different right now. So what I try to explain to consumers in what I refer to as my consultative process is we want to have the prospective buyer have what I call all their ducks in a row, so that when they actually start going in the field looking for potential property, they put themselves in the best position, because it may make a difference. Frequently, they may be in a situation where they're competing with other buyers for the same property. So to put that particular seller at ease, the more criteria that buyer is satisfied, the better. So what does that mean exactly? Well, the first thing to do is to affiliate with what I call a reputable, skilled, and experienced lender. Most lenders will tell people that they're very efficient at doing their job, and they will all issue some type of pre-approval letter. But in fact, there's quite a variation of what a pre-approval letter means. We like to work with lenders that we know if they give someone a pre-approval letter, it's a very strong and accurate document. And we also like to work with people that just do mortgages. So we like to give recommendations to our customers about which lenders we feel most comfortable in endorsing. That being said, the consumer has the choice of which lenders they want to use. But that's a very important component of the process. So what should a good lender do, and what's considered a very strong and accurate pre-approval? Well, the first thing is to do an updated credit evaluation to make sure there's no significant blemishes that are appearing on somebody's credit. Sometimes a blemish will appear that's easily explained by the buyer. Other times it may need some credit correction. These things can definitely be done by a skilled and experienced lender. So we want to make sure that that's taken care of. The second thing that a lender needs to do is discuss some information with the buyer about what is their income that they report to the government, how we go about verifying their employment, what type of funds do they have to close, that is for down payment and closing costs and things of that nature. Do they have to sell a potential property? Are they in a current lease situation? If they're in a lease situation, when does their lease expire? So all those things play into coming up with a program that's going to be best suited for that particular consumer's situation. So the main purpose of this is to explain to a buyer that these things are very important. It's kind of like setting the tablecloth, so that if we get this portion out of the way, when we actually start looking for properties, that buyer is going to be in a much stronger position. My objective is threefold, basically, when I work with a consumer: to meet their needs, to find them the best values, and to make the process as stressful and as efficient as possible. And the first part of that process is to get all their financing in order. And I know from experience that selecting a skilled, experienced, and honorable lender is crucial. So I hope this has given a little bit of information about the lending process. And as I mentioned, next week's consultation we'll be reviewing how we go about selecting the proper home. Thanks very much and have a great rest of the week.